Hello Destiny fans and welcome back to another build video. This one's uploaded late and I'm sorry about that, but let's get straight into it. This build is focused around the Peregrine Greaves. I've been doing a lot of melee builds lately, and so my next build will be a grenade build, which I think you'll be very excited for. Anyways, this build focuses all about shoulder charging. A lot of dudes. You shoulder charge, they drop arc elemental wells, and you get your shoulder charge back. Not instantly, but close enough. The Peregrine Greaves are very useful in a lot of situations in lower tier content because they can destroy high health enemies pretty easily and do quite a bit of damage to bosses. So I thought, why not just make a build? This build tied with Arc 3.0, getting melees triggering health regeneration is very useful because you can kill an enemy, your health starts to regenerate. If it's one target, then your health is already quite. It comes back pretty quickly. And so yeah, let's just get straight into the build. Hello, so this build is focused around the Peregrine Greaves. And I'm using the Striker Titan subclass with Thunder Crash, Towering Barricade, Catapult Lift, Seismic Strike, Flashbang Grenade, Touch of Thunder, Knockout, Spark of Beacon, Spark of Volt, Spark of Brilliance, and Spark of Feedback. Now, this build I merged with Blinding. So basically, the whole aim of this is to do tons of damage, but also blind targets surrounding the melee people you blind, which helps your teammates, helps yourself, because blinded enemies cannot attack you. Now, Seismic Strike makes it so that when you shoulder charge someone, they blind targets in an area around them. So you shoulder charge one guy, and for example, if there are 5 guys surrounding that one person you shoulder charged, they will all be blind. So they all cannot attack you or your teammates because they're blind. And when you amplify, the blind radius is increased. Now, this is where Knockout comes in, where critically wounding a target or breaking a target's shield infuses your melee attacks with arc energy, increases your melee range and damage for a short time. So you shoulder charge someone, you get arc fists, thunder fists, and then defeating targets with melee attacks starts health regeneration and makes you amplified. You kill the person with shoulder charge, you are amplified. The build gives you your shoulder charge back, or at least most of it back, and if you don't have it all back, you can punch someone with your thunder fist, arc elemental well, you get it back. Therefore, you are amplified, can shoulder charge again, blind in a bigger radius. And with the Peregrine Greaves, you do bonus damage on airborne shoulder charges. So it does tons of damage. With the Flashbang Grenade, it damages and blinds nearby targets. Touch of Thunder makes it so it emits an additional blinding flash on bounce. Therefore, 2 blinds. And there's more blinds, so if you're getting attacked by Big Knight or Big Captain, whatever, doing tons of damage to you, just blind him. He won't be able to hit you until the blind is gone. Now, Spark of Beacons makes it so while you are amplified, your arc special weapons final blows will create a blinding explosion. Amplified, get arc sniper, for example, shoot them, boom, blinding explosion, they can't see you. Spark of Volts makes it so finishes make you amplified just in case you need to be amplified really fast. I mostly just did this for the recovery boost. You've got Spark of Brilliance, which makes it so defeating a blinded target with precision damage creates a blinding explosion. Blind. Precision kill. More blind. Boom. Basically a lot of blinds. And then Spark of Feedback, taking melee damage briefly increases your outgoing melee damage. Someone punches you, you punch them back harder. And Thunder Crash, because Thunder Crash is good. I used Arbalist, Sweet Sorrow, and the Taipan Yeah, I do not have an arc special weapon if you're thinking that, which is probably a problem. I just went Sweet Sorrow and Obelisk because, well, I went Sweet Sorrow because it was good, and Obelisk because I needed to deal with barriers at the time. Go whatever you want, whatever your weapons, it doesn't really matter. You could go multicolor to get your shoulder charge faster, but this build will basically get your shoulder charge back instantly. You've got Well of Striking and Harmonic Siphon, Orbs of Power, and an Arc Elemental Well grant you melee energy. Fastball, Momentum Transfer, Elemental Charge, Grenade Damage, reduces melee cooldown. Charge with Light by picking up Elemental Well. Melee Well Maker, punch someone, wells. Well of Striking, again, Arc Elemental Well gives you melee energy. And the Mark, while charged with Light, regain half of your melee energy when you use the charged melee ability. So you punch them, or shoulder charge them, melee well maker, wells, elemental charge, charge with light, do it again, get energy back. And the Peregrine Greaves. Now the Peregrine Greaves make it so that on airborne shoulder charges, on any airborne shoulder charge, you do extra damage. And it provides a benefit to the airborne effectiveness stat of all weapons, which is pretty good. And yeah, that's the build.
Now, as I'm pretty sure I said before, blinding is a very interesting mechanic in Destiny 2. It blinds enemies and makes it so they can't shoot you. Therefore, it's quite useful when dealing with a large amount of enemies, and being able to explode enemies in blinding explosions with amplified shoulder charges and stuff in general is quite useful to take out a lot of ads that are annoying you, basically. So dealing with those high health enemies that just smash you is pretty easy once they cannot shoot back, basically, which is why I thought half-ish blinding build would be quite useful. And like you saw in that clip, one shoulder charge takes out a lot of dudes, and then blinds them, gives you health regeneration. I mean, even though I didn't kill them all, I still was able to get away and then take them from range with the assistance of my random allies. So, yeah, this build, I'd say it is quite useful in most situations. I wouldn't see, like, the exact need to wear it all the time, or the need to just have it in general, but, I mean, it's a fun build, I guess. Just a filler for this week's video, I guess. Definitely next week's is going to be very, very interesting. You definitely need to tune into that. But that's basically the video. I mean, I used Sweet Sorrow with stats for all, one for all. It is a very good assault rifle. Definitely recommend it. But yeah, that's basically it. Build is quite useful in most situations. Getting your melee is using the shoulder charge against high health enemies is just fun, really. Being able to literally one shot basically anything in lower tier content, even content 5 power level above your current level, like in highest battlegrounds, is useful. And see, like I did there, the blinded, that guy just blew up somehow. But yeah, the build, yeah, it's just useful. If you want to, there are many ways you could tune it in different ways into getting your shoulder charge faster or doing more damage after picking up an elemental well. It's really your preference. But yeah, that's basically the video over. I hope you enjoyed, and definitely tune in next week.